Welcome back to the last segment of the ILFL Soccer Night show. Now, this segment is all about the fixtures. So, just before I go into the fixtures, I just wanted to come back to you about London Legends. You know, I mean, an organisation like this just doesn't open up, does it? I mean,
of course not,
yeah, it needs some sort of backing. I mean, what sort of backing do you have?
Yeah, I mean, for me, management, funding and team, the players itself make a club successful. And on that note, I'd like to thank ATN Bangla, especially Hafiz Bhai and Adil, the head of marketing. They really supported us in terms of sponsorship and in terms of funding. And I'd like to say a big thank you to my management team. We all put together London Legends. And finally, in terms of football players, I'd like you to talk about some of our players just to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think you were talking about having the right players for the games and having like freshness, people to come on and off. So I think we should be okay, because I think I'm confident in the players that we've got. We've got people like Brady, who's a really good striker. We've got Foz, who can come on, he's a really good, gifted footballer. Likes of Tony, Michael, Matt. Hafiz is a decent player as well.
Oh, thank you.
I'd like to think I'm one of the stars as well. But
you know, I'd like you guys to come on the show in about 4 weeks' time, or even perhaps 6 weeks' time, and see how you get on in the league.
hopefully we'll be able to.
Now, anyway, so we've got quite a few things to squeeze in this segment. So if I can bring up the fixtures on the screen right now. On the Premier Division this week, we've got Hawk and Eagle versus London Tigers. And the First Division game, the sole game is Redcoat versus Seoul Youth. We also got some Interleague Champions Cup action, the quarterfinals, Roving Reporters versus Bromley, Northumberland Park versus Ace, and we've got Shakespeare versus Al Huda. We also have the Interleague Challenge Cup preliminary rounds as well, Burdett versus Amy, Stepney B versus the Brazilian boys. Now, just moving on to the Premier Division, we've got Hawk and Eagle versus London Tigers. Now, that only means Asmal has a few comments to make.
It's a tough game. London Tigers, you know, past the winners of the actual Premiership. So, yeah, we're not doing so well at the moment now.
Neither are they. I mean, it's like the battle of relegation, isn't it?
I think it's a six-pointer. For me,
that's the
it is
reason why I
a
was
classic six-pointer.
This is a big decider in terms of it could motivate you and regenerate our team and give us a massive push as well. So what Rashi's saying is it's a six-pointer, but it's a massive confidence boost as well. So we're going in with optimism, but you know we can't underestimate London Tigers. That's the thing, you know. We have to turn up.
I think it's a key game because we've looked at a table, the three teams, St. Catherine, London Tigers and Hawk and Eagle. 2 out of the 3 are going to get relegated, so they need to, it's a must win. It's a simple case, have to win, otherwise the relegation is staring in your face. So it's a must win. Absolutely. For both teams. Yeah. I think there's an advantage. Whoever wins, I think they'll be more or less looking at the safety.
Absolutely. Anyway, just moving on to the Interleague Champions Cup quarterfinals. We've got 2 other teams, ILFL teams, competing this Sunday. Roving Reporter will be playing against Bromley. Now, Bromley, as we know, is a traditional cup champion type team. You know, I mean, do you think they have a chance to go past Roving Reporters?
Bromley, one of those teams, are good on tournaments. They're not doing too badly in the league. They've had a convincing win last round. And I think both Ace and Bromley have a chance. I think this is the ultimate tournament to play in, the Champions League Cup. The champions from different leagues, etc. I know the Barnet leagues are there, and Hackney Leighton and Musical League. But I think the 2 teams you mentioned, Bromley and Ace, they're looking strong. They've got a good squad and they're taking it seriously. I know Hamid is taking it seriously because he wants to win. This is the big cup competition. Out of all the competitions, this is the one you want to win. For managers, for players, the Champions League Cup. So I know he's taking it seriously, looking forward to it. Same with Ace. I spoke to Hassan. He wants to win this because it's a bragging right. To win the Champions Cup is a bragging right. So I'm hoping with the ILFL representative do well, and hopefully, you know, they pull off the result and get to the semi-final.
What about Shakespeare? I know Shakespeare's a really strong
very good side, very good side. I've seen him play last year, and they actually beat London Tigers convincingly. Very strong, very fast. Hackney Leighton, they're always 2 or 3 teams. They're always good. The Myland, the Shakespeare, they are very, very good sides. So again, you know, I expect them with Al Huda, with an unpredictable side for the Musical League. Shakespeare is looking good, so it just depends on the day if they all turn up and, you know, have the performance.
In the Interleague Challenge Cup preliminary rounds, I know we've got 3 teams from ILFL, which is Burdett versus Amy and Stepney B versus the Brazilian boys. Now, Stepney B haven't done very well
but
recently.
to be honest, this is cup again appreciated by all the teams. It's only for Division 1 teams, and there's teams from Hackney Leighton and also the Barnet League. But Brazilian boys, I know they play in the Hackney Leighton League. They're actually majority from South America and from Brazil. But it's a competition, a challenge cup for lower divisions. So they're not going to be playing against Premiership sides. So it's within their range. So again, it's a chance for a silverware. If you're not doing too well in the league, it gives a distraction and something to aim for. So Stepney B in the past have been quite good. They've got the legs. They're quite youthful. Everyone's got a chance. As we saw yesterday, certain teams, when it comes to cup competition, it's a totally different kettle of fish altogether. So on the day, the hunger, the passion, if you're there, organised and give 100%, sneak a goal here and there, you never know. So everyone's got a chance in cup competitions.
The only way to find out is actually playing the games and watching them. Anyway, so if we just move on to the Veterans League fixtures. So if I can bring up the fixtures on my screen right now. For the Premier Division, we've got Sire Vets versus Bromley Legends, Aberhoney Vets versus Weavers Vets, London Tigers versus Stepney. That is a strong sort of looking game. Mohammedan Vets versus Beaumont Masters. Which one strikes out for you?
To be honest, they're all tough games. Premiership each year we've seen, especially in the last 2 years, there's no easy games. I don't see a weak team. Yes, last season St. Catherine's were struggling, but they weren't a gimme, an easy win. The other teams had to up the game and convincingly beat them. Yes, they didn't get results, but it wasn't a walk in the park. This year, obviously, likes of Bromley Legends, again, established team for the last 23, 24 years, and they're joined by Mohammedan Vets. We know from the 80s, they're another old team. So for me, all 4 fixtures are tough. There's no easy. Yes, on paper, London Tigers are the favourites.
Still the favourites.
Still has to be, because
even after that many seasons, they're still the favourites.
Unfortunately, you know, their results, their record speaks for themselves. You have to put them. They won the league a number of occasions, won the cup a number of occasions. They are the team to beat. And from what I hear, they've got some new 35-year-olds just joined recently in the last 3-4 weeks. So
on top of the already quality players that they already have.
To be honest, in the recent years they haven't, but this year they've got some new, fresh 35-year-olds. So they're adding on to their youth 35-year-olds. So there will be a team to look out for.
Fantastic. So if I can bring up the first division fixtures on the screen right now, we've got St. Catherine's Vets versus FC Bondu. Revive Legends will be playing against G7. Let's see how they handle the G-Force on that fixture. Workhouse Vets versus ELS Vets. Now, those 2 teams at the bottom fixture, they were in the 2nd division and they managed to get promoted. Do you think they've got a score to settle with against each other?
ELS is a very good side. Workhouse, convincing champions from Division 2. Credit to them for getting promoted. ELS coming runners-up, but I like ELS as well as Workhouse. Both teams in their own right. Yes, Workhouse got the pace, they got the quality, but ELS have this unique way of playing, keeping possession, passing around. Even in the goal line, they won't score, they'll pass you around. And a lot of teams struggle with them. So it'll be an interesting game. I know Workhouse beat them once and drew 2 occasions, so it's not an easy game. Again, it'll be a tough one to call.
Now, let's start predicting the Revive Legends and G7 FC score. What do you think the score is going to be?
To be honest, you can't. First week, yes, the passion will be there, the drive will be there, the eagerness will be there. It's just who's going to make the errors, who's going to come with the squad. You know, it's a weekday. Depends on who turns up.
I think that is going to be an interesting game because Revive Legends, they play sort of tight football, don't they? Very sort of short passes.
We saw them yesterday. They were quite successful. They got up tight in the
they did.
so
G7 are kind of used to playing in smaller pitches. And
I think it's interesting also St. Catherine's as well, because coming down from the actual Premier League, prior season, before when they did actually win the 1st division, they were actually flying and actually really doing well against them. So it's interesting how they actually react to actually being relegated. So are they going to have a sort of attitude where, listen, let's try and bounce back, or are they going to actually take that knock really effectively and actually...
And plus they got the new manager, so he might have different ideas, different way of playing, new recruit different players, so
so I think that game there would be a bit of an interesting one, see how they react to the actual 1st division again.
Now, if I can just bring up the fixtures for the 2nd division on the screen, we've got Beaumont Masters B versus Workhouse Elites, Riverside Vets B versus E1 Legends, London Legends versus East FC, and FC Redbridge, who actually is Hawk and Eagle B team, versus Sire Vets B. Hafiz. you were playing
Well,
beside Vets.
it's going to be a good experience for us. So we're excited and we're positive, but I think we'll do the talk on the pitch.
Yeah,
And,
I think the key thing is that it's our first game, it's our first competitive game as a group, if you like. So I think everyone's really chomping at the bit, you know, all the banter's going on already, everyone's excited. Everyone will probably be there like 2 hours early, if you like.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, it's down to the gaffer as to which people he picks, who he plays where, what formations, what tactics he wants us to use, and it's just up to us then once the whistle goes, it's up to us to try and score the goals and hopefully win the game.
Do we know who East FC is?
Yes, it's again similar to a lot of the players actually played for various other teams. Because the East FC, the manager, are friends, again, all of my friends, but they play for different teams, he managed to get them together and say, look, why don't we play for ourselves rather than play for different teams? So East FC, a few players have been playing in our league for various teams. Similar to Marlon Vets, 2 seasons ago, most of the players were playing for different teams. Eventually they said, wait a minute, why don't we play for our own team? And, you know, East FC is doing the same thing. A lot of players play for different teams, got them together, they're all friends, they're competing. So they'll have the experience. It's not like, oh, they're all new players playing football for the first time or playing Vets. There are a recognised names that we've played in our league for the last few years.
So, I mean, out of all of these 8 teams, it's difficult to say, you know, which teams are stronger, which teams are weaker, because they all seem pretty much same strengths and weaknesses.
It's the new teams. It's not going to be the, like, Beaumont Masters B, Sire B, Riverside B. Their ethos and agenda is different. For them, it's to participate. I think likes of London Legends, Redbridge, East FC, E1, and even Workers Elite, their ambition is to get promoted, to win the league. So they're playing a different mentality, so they'll have a different agenda. So they may be taking it more seriously. Doesn't want to participate, but sometimes that could work in their favour. When you relax, you've got nothing to lose, you play, you sometimes get grind up results. So it's a mixture of things. There's no easy game. And as we said, until you get to week 4 or 5, you can't see the strengths and weaknesses of teams until a few weeks later.
So there you have it. Sorry, Asmo, this is all we have time for. So the Veterans League starts this Thursday. All of the games are between 8 and 10 p.m. Advice is to get there as early as possible, otherwise there won't be enough parking space because there will be 24 teams competing at the same time in one evening.
I think it's worth telling teams, rather than get all players getting individual cars, try and jump in with
car share.
Because instead of getting 9 cars from one
team. Well, we are talking about the vets here, you know, so I'm sure they know about all of this. But anyway, there's lots of parking spaces. But anyway, you know, thanks a lot for coming on the show. Thanks a lot to you guys as well for your expert analysis, and thanks to the guys behind the camera for making it all happen. So, so we're going to end the show now, and we'll see you on Thursday. If you can make it, that'll be fantastic, and we'll see you at the show next week. Thank you very much.